So here we're looking at IXL piece 7. This should be quite a bit easier than what I did with you in class. It should be. It's just composition. So here we have this notation, which I guess I'm just going to have to learn to switch over to. I'm going to fight it till the day I die. This is f composed of g of x. So this is the first lesson you've ever watched on the function composition. I know that g of x is x squared. I'm just going to use substitution property. Every x in f becomes x squared. This is f composed of x squared, which means that every x in f of x becomes x squared. So f of x squared ends up being, I'm looking at this guy, x squared squared plus 2, and x is encountered, and that x gets replaced again with x squared. Now if you take x squared and you square it, you're thinking x squared times x squared, you add the exponents. X to the fourth plus 2x squared would be your answer. That's all there is to that first one. Bump it up a level. Level 2 of 8 apparently. This is Q composed of R composed of X. And again, I really like this notation that I use here. Q sub R of X. So I'm going to use substitution property there. I'm going to find Q of X plus 6, which means that every X you see in function Q simply becomes X plus 6. So Q of X plus 6 is an X plus 6 all squared, which, by the way, is not, because some kids do this and it just bothers the living daylight out of me, it's not x squared plus 36. It never will be, never has been. Since you were in 6th grade, they told you, probably 5th grade, they told you if you want to square something, you write it twice. I don't know why we struggle with that rule. So you write that thing twice, and I'm presuming you're one of my students, but then you would FOIL. You write it twice and you FOIL. So we link together the x's, we get x squared, x at 6 plus a 6x, inside 6 times x is 6x, outside is a 36. There's 4 letters in FOIL, not 2. You gotta do all 4 pieces. X squared plus 12x plus 36 is the complete composition of those two functions. Bump it up a level, level 3. I honestly doubt it's gonna get that much harder. A of b of x. And again, that would be A composed of a piece of x. So b of x again is x squared plus 4x. And you don't have to write this stuff down. This is what I'm hoping helps you understand what you're doing. That's why I'm doing it. All right, so a sub x squared plus 4x is going to be 3 times ax squared plus 4x. Hopefully you can go over and you can look at the function and say, oh, that's the 3x. I see an x. It's x squared plus 4x. And the result is 3x squared plus 12x. Pretty easy problem. Moving forward, level 5. F of g of x I've done this for a long, long time. A lot of kids won't write this down. Just that 3 or 4 seconds it takes to write that down makes it mentally easier. I swear it does. But you guys are so young, you may not yet realize what's the difficult levels of mental usage, and the mental usage is what I want, but learn what taxes your brain and what doesn't, and try to avoid that taxation of the brain. So your goal here is to find f composed of g. Well, f is x squared, so I'm going to take this thing and I'm going to square it. That's what I got to write twice in FOIL. I'm going to do something a little bit different here. I'm going to write it in non-standard form. I hope that doesn't throw you off. I'm not trying to. It's easier for me to do this than it is the other one. But if I FOIL, I got a 36. Take away a 24x, take away another 24x, and then plus, because a negative times a negative, 16x to the second. Rewrite in an STD form, standard form, 16x squared, take away 48x plus 36. And that's that one. Bump it up a notch. Level 5. It hasn't changed much, has it? What they've done here is they've made this thing a trinomial. They basically just give me a little more work to do. So again, it's piece of cus of x. And everywhere I see an x in P, I'm going to replace it with negative x plus 6. Now I'm running low on time here because I'd like to leave here pretty soon. I'm not going to show the steps to this, okay? But this is written twice. And FOIL. So if I was to write that twice in FOIL, I feel like I would get x squared minus 12x plus 36. I'm pretty confident in that. I am. Distribute my negative symbol, plus 4x minus 24 minus 1, and combine like terms. I'll have x squared, looks like take away an 8x. And what do we got here? Minus 22. I got a little confused at the board there. I've got 36 minus 25 there if I start putting some numbers together. 36 minus 25 is 11. And that is my answer. So up another notch. Level 6. Find two different things here. They want you to find two different things. First thing they want is they want you to find c of d of x. C of d of x. That'll be easy. All right, c of d of x is simply 4 times an x squared plus a 2, which is 4x squared plus an 8. And that's what I put right here. I put 4x squared plus 8. Okay? Next thing they want you to find is d sub c of x. They're different because it's a different composition. D sub c sub x. And it's going to be harder. It starts off with an x squared, so I take my 4x and I square it, then I add 2. And it's going to be 16x squared plus 2. So my kids are definitely going to have to take this to at least an 80 because I want them to be seeing these double compositions where you work back and forth. I'm currently at level 7 right now on this IXL assignment. It's got two different things. It has f of g to begin with. F of g is 2, then I encounter my x minus 3 squared. So hopefully you can see what's going on there. I had that x squared. I had to square this thing. Now if I was to write x minus 3 twice in FOIL, which you should do if you're pretty weak at it, write it out, make sure you match me, I would get x squared minus 6x plus a 9. And then I distribute my 2. 2x squared, take away 12x plus an 18. And that would go right there. Now the way around, g made of f. That one's going to be a little easier, isn't it? It's actually pretty simple. G made of f means that everywhere I see an x in f, everywhere I see an x in g, it just becomes 2x squared. There's literally no math. It's just pure straight up substitution. That would be right there. Now later, it's the same thing. They just put a trinomial up there. The same exact thing. And I'll do one of these, and then I need to stop this video. So f of g is the first one. Everywhere I see an x in f, it becomes negative 5x plus 1. So I got to square that thing. Then I encounter this 4x, so plus 4 pieces of a negative 5x plus a 1. And then I have this little plus 3. So if I was to write negative 5x plus 1 twice and square it, I feel like I'd have 25x squared minus 10x plus 1. I'm good with that. Distribute minus 20x plus 4 plus 3. And then I just combine like terms and I'll be done with this thing. 25x to the second minus 30x's. What, plus 8? So they haven't really made these things more difficult. They've just made them a little bit longer as you bump up level. And I know how kids feel about doing things repetitively, but repetition is what works. It's always what's worked. G of f of x is the next one. So as I write g down, I see negative 5 and then I encounter my x, and it becomes x squared plus 4x plus a 3. And I'm done with that x, so then I just say plus 1. Second one's easier on this one, way easier. That's going to be negative 20x to the second minus 20x minus what, 15, add a 1. Put everything together, you'll be done with it. Negative 20x to the second minus 20x minus 14. And that's how hard P7 is. It's not bad. So if you're struggling with P7, it's probably foiling. It's probably what it is. Fix it. Just fix it.